Hi everyone, welcome back to Style by Kai. I'm here today with a new video. Basically, my new semester starts tomorrow. Yeah, I'm still not ready for classes. So today I'm taking the time to look through all my classes and do all of my planning. And so I thought it would be great to make a video and show you guys exactly how I do that. So today we're doing semester planning, and I'm going to be talking about organization tips, ways to kind of start off with those good habits and to organize all of your classes before the semester really gets hard. So I hope you guys will enjoy today's video and just keep on watching. Okay, so first I just want to start off by explaining what my semester basically is looking like. So I'm going into my junior year, and I'm a junior here at the University of Maryland Honors College, and I'm studying cell biology and genetics, and I have a minor in French, and I'm also pre-med. So with that, I do have a lot of classes that I'm taking this semester, just because of the way that my four-year plan has worked out. Something that I've learned is that everyone's college journey is so different, and so this is just a journey that I'm on, and that's just how it is. So we're just gonna do our best with the cards that are played. So I say all this to say that I'm taking 20 credits this semester, which is a heavy credit load. It's above the maximum you can take, which is 17, without having to get approval. So it's 7 classes, but we can handle this. And how we can handle this is by organizing everything. So it's really important to take the time and just get ready for the semester. Alright guys, so we're going to go into the screen recording, and I'm going to show you, take you along with me as I start to plan out my semester. Okay, so first thing, I have all of my different syllabus here in my Google Drive. So I'm just going to start to take a look at them. So here is my syllabus for genetics, and I really just want to take a look at what the assignments are going to be like. I'm going to take note of any grading. So I see here that exams, as most classes, takes up most of the points, but I also have different assignments. I have quizzes on Canvas, and then I have my lab points as well. So I see my exam dates, and I'm going to go ahead and put these into my Google Calendar. So I already went ahead a couple of weeks ago and put in all of my different classes, but I'm just going to put in a random class here to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to show a quick example in case you don't know how to put in a class. So let's say I'm taking another French class, and then I can go by custom, repeats once a week, and we can say it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, for example. And then you can change the color, and then you have your, well, I accidentally clicked Saturday, but you just have your schedule like that. So I already went ahead and did that for all my classes. This week I have labs and discussions canceled, so I already went ahead and did that. As you can see, I just have things already organized in here. So what I'm going to do now is look at my major assignments in all of my different syllabus and start to add those in. And what I do is I actually create different calendars. So I have my major calendar, which is the pink one, and I also have reminders, meetings, and then other. So what I'm going to do is also check off my Canvas page one. So this one connects with my school's calendar on our ELMS page. But my teachers don't always update their page, so I'm just going to click that one on, but I'm going to add in my assignments anyway, just in case they didn't add them in. So I see that my first exam for genetics is September 20th. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And what I like to do for my exams is just put them as an all day. I'm going to say genetics exam 1. Genetics exam 1. I like to make it gray, and then it's right there. And we go ahead and do the rest of my major assignments for genetics. Alright, so I went ahead and put in my exams and any major grading for cell bio and genetics, and now I'm going to take a look at my lab schedules. This one is Gen Chem 2 lab. And labs are just, oh my gosh, there's just so much work. So this lab syllabus, I would say, is actually really important to read. I would say if any class you're going to read the syllabus, read it for labs, because they go over a lot of things about points, what is considered acceptable and not, as far as like what can get you kicked out of lab, what you need to bring to lab, and like there's just like a lot of stuff in there. So, and then you don't know, like everyone has a different TA, so you don't know how good your TA is going to be at explaining it. So I would just say really read through your lab syllabus like as a priority. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to take a quick look at some of those major dates again. So I see October 18th, I have a midterm, I have a practical, and my final exam. And then lab reports, I have to turn in right as I go into lab. So I don't think I'm going to put all of those into my calendar because that'll be a weekly thing. But that's just something that I'll have to remember. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and put in those midterms really quick. And I'm already noticing that, of course, as always, everything is on the same exact day. So this October 18th, that now makes this my third exam in one day. So I'm getting a little scared, but it's okay. We're going to just plan ahead. So we have our chem lab midterm. So I see here that on October the 18th, I'm going to have the cell bio exam, the genetic exam, and the chem lab midterm exam. So although that does kind of make me a little freaked out, it's really good to just know that ahead of time, so that I'm going to probably start studying for all of those exams like weeks in advance as much as possible. But let's just go ahead and put in the other stuff. So okay, so luckily Gen Chem 2 is not on October the 18th with all those other exams. I think I would have died. It's on the 21st, so I get to have that weekend, and then I'll study. I'll probably have to just study for Gen Chem 2 in like that whole weekend. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Gen Chem 2 exam. And then I'm just gonna put the rest of the exams in. So while I do that, just a quick story on why it's actually like so great to do this planning. So in my bio class I took last semester, we had 4 exams, and after the 3rd exam, the 4th exam was just like a couple weeks afterwards. And like usually my teacher would be like, oh, like here are some review questions, like the review session's coming up, this, that. And it was like a week before the exam, like we only had like a couple lectures left before the final exam, and he didn't mention anything. So I'm like in my row, like with the students that I sit with and stuff, my friends, and I was like, hey guys, like I started studying for the exam, like he hasn't mentioned it yet. And everyone's like, what exam? And like the row like in front of me turns around, they're like, what exam? What are you talking about? And I'm like, it's on the syllabus. And again, this is where I'm like the person in the room that like, yes, I read the syllabus. But no, like literally so after class, I go up to him and I was like, hey, I'm just wondering, like, are you doing review sessions and stuff for the 4th exam? Like all the other ones, cause like you haven't mentioned it. And he was like, when is the 4th exam? And I was like, it's next week. And he was like, I was like, is that right? Like that's what it said on the syllabus. He's like, if that's what it said, then yeah, it is. And I could tell on his face that like he forgot about the exam. Oh my gosh. So then literally in the next lecture, the first thing he says is like, just wanted to remind you guys, you have an exam next week. But again, I just wanted to share that story because while it was really funny, this is why doing this planning like ahead of time is really important, because if you wait for like your teacher to kind of put it back up on Elms or Blackboard or wherever your school uses, like sometimes they forget too. But the fact that I already had it in my schedule, in my Google Calendar, and I saw that like way ahead of time, I was already studying and I was already preparing for it. So that's just a little tip on why this is really helpful. So something I also want to talk about is, as you're planning out your semester, you might see that you have that week where all the exams are the same week and you have all these assignments and it's just like a week of craziness. I've been there. Last semester I had 4 exams in a week and then 5 finals the next week, so it was a total of like 9 exams within 10 days or something crazy like that. And I remember I was just like, it was like I was like day walking like the whole experience, just getting through it. But I would say that I actually did well, and I found that I do really well when I have a lot on my plate. But it still takes a lot of work to actually make the time to deal with everything. So I was always asked, like, how do you deal with so many stuff at once? And what I do then is I get very kind of crazily detailed in my planning. What I do is I use this hourly planner that I'll show here, and it's actually available on my website. And I've also already blogged on how I do this, but to just kind of explain for my new people on YouTube, what I do is I just kind of plan my day out hour by hour. So I use this at a week when I had like 4 exams, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to study for all of these? I would literally be like, okay, in these 2 hours I'm going to study for orgo, and then I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to go into my bio class, then we're going to have lunch, then we're going to study for the math exam, then we're going to like literally like planning out exactly what I was going to do within that time. And for me, it made me feel like I had control of the situation, because I was like, I'm going to get this done. I can see it written out. I have my plan, and you don't always stick by it like completely exactly. Sometimes you run over in one class, or sometimes you take a little bit of a longer break, but the most important thing is that you have that outline to go by, so you're not just like, I have 4 exams, I don't know what to do. You're studying, like you study too long for one subject, you're out of time for the next one. Like, it can get really hectic very quickly. So with that plan, the like most common question I get asked is like, how do you know how much time's even set out for each class? That's a little bit of a difficult question. For me, it actually comes pretty naturally, especially, like I said, being a junior, having already taken like an orgo class, having already taken a bio class. I can kind of tell as the semester goes on how much time I need to spend on each topic. So I would say, like, for this first bit of the semester, as we're starting these new classes, like that first exam and stuff like that, that's really your trial and error period. I would say for that first exam, just study as much as you can, but it most likely would probably be the lower grade, because you just aren't really sure how to study for the content of that class. But as you go on, really pay attention to, how did I study, what did I do good, what did I do wrong, and as you realize your own patterns and how you study best, you can easily then fill out the hourly organizer about exactly how much time you know you need to study. For example, I know for my orgo exams, it sounds a little crazy, but I know that my window of like studying to get an A was around like 35 to 45 hours, and I was usually spread out like across a week or a little bit more than a week. But I just knew whenever I was planning, I was like, okay, yeah, this looks like a good amount of time to get all the practice exams done, to go through all of the material, to just know that I'm going to be ready to ace that exam. And it just changes from class to class for sure. I would also say a really good thing for planning is to also write down like which practice tests you're going to do when. You can also write down which chapters you're going to do when. Just the more outline that you give yourself, it's going to be easier once you get to the library and you have all this stuff to do, but you have that outline of exactly how you're going to do it. So I hope that that's kind of helpful as giving an idea of exactly how you go about those like really hectic weeks. And I'll be sure to kind of keep you guys going on this journey, and show like maybe a week in my life or something where I'm going through that and exactly how I'm doing it, like some more tips and tricks along the way. So yeah, I guess that's it. I just want to say good luck to everyone as we go into this new semester. College is difficult, so please take the time to get your rest, plan, or keep yourself organized, do all the fun things that you want to do. And I would say, especially to my people like me who are taking heavy credit loads, I know that there's a lot of pressure and it's really hard, and there's just like, you feel like you don't have enough time for everything. But I hope that these like organization skills really help you guys out, because they really help me out. They really make me feel sane and make me feel like I can get through the semester. So that's it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.